In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix your damaged metabolism by showing you why it might be slow, signs to know your metabolism is slow, and I'm going to give you 5 steps to speed your metabolism back up so you can finally lose the weight for good. So if you're someone who's done a lot of dieting in the past, especially extreme measures, crash dieting, tons of cardio, the reason your metabolism is slow is pretty simple, honestly, because your body's just doing what it's designed to do. It's trying to keep you alive. So when you do these extreme measures, what does your body think? Well, it kind of freaks out going, oh my gosh, there's no food around, so I've got to make these calories last. So instead of thinking of your metabolism as damaged, just think of it as suppressed, which is a much better thing because this suppression can be fixed, and I'm going to give you the 5 steps to fix it. But first, I want to give you 8 signs that may suggest your metabolism is running slow. The first sign is your dieting history. If you've done a lot of extreme dieting, crash dieting, doing tons of cardio, there's a great chance your metabolism is running slow because of this. The second sign is, say you go on a vacation and you rapidly gain a lot of weight, and it's not just water weight that just comes right back down again, it actually sticks. That's basically a sign that your body's like, thank you for the extra calories. I know I'm going to need these in the future because you're going to starve me again, so I'm hanging on to these. Some other ones are constant extreme food focus and being ravenously hungry, having extreme exhaustion all the time, being overly irritable most of the time, always finding yourself cold, having brittle nails and even hair falling out, and for females, loss of period. Now you certainly don't have to have all those symptoms, but if you can check off a good number of them, that's a pretty good sign your metabolism's pretty trashed. But if you don't have any of these, then your metabolism probably isn't slow, and especially if you're not tracking diligently, you may be eating a lot more than you think. This is super common. It's easy to overconsume and not realize it if you're not paying diligent attention to how much you're eating. Now let's get into the 5 steps you can take to increase your metabolism. The first step is utilizing something called reverse dieting, where you're going to gradually increase your calories, which allows your metabolism to start speeding back up so you can get your maintenance calories higher, so that when it does get used to that, then you can drop your calories again and start seeing results. So what you can do is start increasing your calories around maybe 50 to 100 calories per week, or even every other week. I don't typically like making static increases. I like to do it based on how things are going. I want to make this video short, but if you want more detail on how to increase your calories based on how things are going, I'll put a link to that video in the description. And as a bonus tip, eat plenty of protein. Protein has an extremely high thermic effective food, and it's what helps build muscle. Building muscle is one of the best things you can do for increasing your metabolism, but I'll talk more about that in step 3. The second step is to start gradually decreasing your cardio, especially if you're doing a lot of cardio. Your body's now used to this, and it's burning less calories through this cardio than it should. So you want to get your body used to less cardio so that down the road, when you do go into a fat loss phase, you now have room to make increases to your cardio to help create the calorie deficit. So depending on how much you're doing, there's a lot of variables here. Again, I'll put another link in the description for how to know how much cardio to do, but you can maybe decrease around 15 to 30 minutes of cardio for the week and just keep doing that until you get it down to a more reasonable level of around maybe 30 to 90 minutes. And that's not per day, that's for the entire week. The third step is to utilize strength training. This is the best thing you can do because the more muscle you have, the more calories your body burns at rest. And unlike cardio, which is a catabolic process, strength training and building muscle is an anabolic process. So it's the best exercise you can do to increase your metabolism. I usually recommend between 3 to 5 days per week. The fourth step is making sure you give the body plenty of time. And if you go into a cut again too soon, you're going to undo all the hard work you did in your reverse. Your body's going to adapt right back down again, and you're going to have to start the process over. So you do not want to rush this. The longer your history of dieting is, the longer you should stay on the higher calories. So I usually recommend at an absolute minimum to do at least 6 months of reverse dieting, and that's combining how long you're increasing calories and also how long you're just kind of statically holding a certain amount of calories once you get them up. But again, that's the minimum, and especially if you have a long history, I strongly recommend going a full year and giving the body time. I know that can seem like a lot, but you've been doing this your whole life. It hasn't been working. You got to start thinking big picture and play that long game. And this also gives you time to start working on your relationship with food and with your body. And if you don't fix these things before you go into a fat loss phase again, the chances of having any real fat loss success in the future are almost none, because without that healthy relationship, you're just going to keep going down the same path. And it's really hard to create a healthy relationship with food if you're always on low calories. The fifth step is making sure you get plenty of sleep and managing your stress levels. Getting good sleep just makes everything better. Not only physiologically better for your hormones, for your resting metabolic rate, but also just your overall mood and well-being. Think about any time you've ever been overly cranky and struggled to stay on your plan. It's always when you're tired. So get plenty of sleep and manage those stress levels, and this will absolutely help your metabolism. Now I know what your main concern might be here, and that's weight gain. Are you going to gain weight? How much weight are you going to gain? And the big thing is to make sure you don't let this fear of weight gain stop you from doing what's going to be the very thing that's going to get you to be able to lose weight in the long run. So while yes, in all likelihood, you're going to gain a little bit of weight here, but it's for the greater good, and it could be the only way to get the real results you want. But hey, I get it. It's a scary thing. You're not alone with this struggle. So what I did a while ago was I did a video you can check out out up top here that I think can significantly help you if you're scared to reverse diet and petrified of gaining weight during the process. So make sure you check that out next, and I'll see you in one of those other videos.